So how are various reporting tools in BOBI platform or tools which are outside the BOBI platform are integrated with SAP HANA? We have different tools like Crystal Reports Enterprise. We have Analysis for Office. We have Analysis for OLAP. Analysis for OLAP. Lumira. Design Studio. WebI. Web Intelligence. Explorer. Crystal Reports. Non-SAP systems, like you can have directly Excel integrated with HANA. The Crystal Reports Enterprise can connect to HANA using OLAP connection. OLAP, Online Analytical Processing, uses MDX, multi-dimensional expressions, to communicate to HANA. Web Intelligence. Web Intelligence directly cannot connect to HANA. Between the Web Intelligence and HANA, we require Universe. So Universe is a semantic layer. It's a virtual layer. Universe is a virtual layer that connects HANA and Web Intelligence. It has an extension .unx and .unv, Universe. We require a Universe to connect to HANA, Web Intelligence to Universe, Universe to HANA. We can use both ODBC, Open Database Connect, and JDBC, Java Database Connect. The communication language is SQL. It uses SQL to communicate to SAP HANA. Explorer. Explorer can connect to HANA using JDBC. Web Intelligence is used for ad hoc reporting. You can ask question after question. It's a web-based reporting tool. Explorer, Google-like search, high visualization, freestyle search analysis. Explorer. Freestyle search analysis is done by Explorer. Crystal Reports Enterprise. Pixel formatted reports, the creating of invoice. All those pixel formatted reports are created using Crystal Reports Enterprise. It uses OLAP connection, and OLAP uses MDX, multi-dimensional expressions. It here uses SQL. Explorer uses SQL. Crystal Reports use ODBC or JDBC. You can use both ODBC or JDBC. The communication language is SQL. Excel uses Excel, normal Excel can connect to HANA using HANA MDX provider. HANA MDX provider uses MDX, multi-dimensional expressions. Design Studio is used for dashboards. Design Studio connects to HANA using ODBC, Open Database Connect. The communication language is SQL. Analysis for Office. Analysis for Office can connect to HANA using an ODBC connection. The communication is SQL. Analysis for OLAP. Analysis for OLAP can connect to HANA using OLAP connection. Using an OLAP connection, the communication is MDX. Lumira. Lumira can connect to HANA using a JDBC connection, inbuilt JDBC connection. It uses SQL. Non-SAP systems uses an ODBC connection. The communication method is SQL. So these are the different data reporting tools and their integration with SAP HANA. So first we're going to start with Web Intelligence, nothing but WebI. Web Intelligence is nothing but it's an ad hoc reporting tool, web-based ad hoc reporting tool. So let us start with WebI. We'll take one by one and see each one details. Web Intelligence connects to Universe. The extension is .unv and .unx. Universe is a semantic layer. Universe is a semantic layer that can connect to HANA system. Like how we have HANA Studio to access HANA system. Here we have IDT, Information Design Tool. Information Design Tool is the UI from where you can access the universe and create the universe. In a tool called IDT, Web Intelligence. It is a browser-based application and a client-based application. You can access in a browser in the BA Launchpad. There is BA Launchpad. Using the BA Launchpad, you can access the web intelligence. So this is the end user reporting tool. And this is the developer. And also this is for developer. So both developers and end users can basically use, but most of the time end users use, and developers are used to access these reports using the BA Launchpad. So both end users and developers roles can access this BA Launchpad. BA Launchpad, inside this you can launch WebI, Web Intelligence. And here we have the developer can access IDT, Information Design Tool, wherein you can create and modify the universe. HANA Studio is for HANA. So first we'll start with the IDT, which is Information Design Tool, to create a universe. So what are the various steps to create a universe? When creating universe, which is the first step of creating a web intelligence report, to create a universe, which is a semantic layer, it's just like a view. Universe is just like a view. First of all, we need to create a connection to HANA. We need to create a connection to HANA system. To create a connection to SAP HANA, we can use ODBC or JDBC. These are the drivers: Open Database Connect and Java Database Connect. This is from Microsoft and this is from Sun Microsystems, nothing but Oracle. So both these drivers can be utilized to communicate to HANA. There are two types of connections. One is a relational connection. And the other one is the OLAP connection. Relational connection is connected to a relational RDBMS. OLAP connection to connect to OLAP sources. For example, I can connect to MS SQL. I can connect to DB2. OLAP, I can connect to BW. I can connect to HANA. So I can connect to relational RDBMS. In here I can connect to OLAP sources. So basically, when creating universe, the first step is to create a connection. When creating a connection, you have two ways. One is relational connection, OLAP connection. What are the tools that uses a relational connection? From the picture we draw, in here we can see a WebI uses a JDBC and ODBC connection. You see, in all these tools, you can only see one tool that is still using universe, which is a web intelligence. All the other tools can directly connect to HANA. Web intelligence is the only tool that requires universe to communicate to SAP HANA. Analysis for OLAP requires an OLAP connection. Crystal Reports Enterprise requires an OLAP connection. Explorer requires a relational connection of type JDBC. Lumira has an inbuilt connection. Analysis for Office is outside the BOBA platform. Outside the BOBA platform, the licensing is sold independently. It is not the part of BOBA platform. The license for this is stored independently. Design Studio connects via ODBC connection. So the only tool that requires universe is Web Intelligence. Web Intelligence, we can create a relational connection. In the relational connection, we have an option to choose to go for ODBC or a JDBC connection. The relational connections that we create, they're basically of two. One is local, the other one is secured. You can create a relational connection of type local. You can create a relational connection of type secured. What is the difference between a local relational connection and a secured relational connection? It's nothing but these are published to the repository and these are available in my local file system. These are published to the repository and these are available in my local file system. So when creating a connection, the first thing is whether you want to create a local connection or a secured connection. Step number one. Again in local connection, a relational connection or OLAP connection. In relational connection, whether you want to choose which database. So the database I want to choose is HANA. These are MS SQL, DB2 can also connect. I want to choose HANA. In relational, you can choose a JDBC or an ODBC connection. In relational, when you create, you can choose JDBC or ODBC. And then we can connect to HANA. So that is step number one, to create a connection. Once the connection is established, step number two is to create a data foundation. Step number one is a connection. Step number two is to create a data foundation. Step number three is to create a business layer. Step number four, publish the business layer. Publish business layer to create a universe. So we completed step number one, to create a connection. So where do we create connection? In the IDT. Connections of type local, secured. We're creating a relational connection. You can choose either JDBC or ODBC. Connect to HANA. So once this is done, second step, data foundation. A data foundation is a place to define a relationship between tables. Now, where do you want to define relationship between tables? We already defined in HANA. We already created a data foundation in the analytic view. We created a star join data foundation. In calculation view, we created star joins inside the calculation. We created cube-like data models. It means that I don't have to create any additional data foundation. A data foundation is already created. The output of the data foundation is the column view. The output of the data foundation is the column view. Column view is the output of the data foundation. So this is where we already created a data foundation. So this step is mandatory for non-SAP systems. Creating a data foundation is mandatory for non-SAP systems, but for an SAP system like HANA, we already created a data foundation in the native HANA. But for other systems, we only have tables. We only have tables. How we can relate these tables is where we can create in the data foundation. That we don't necessarily now, because we already created in the column view. Column view is already generated. So these column views that are in sys_bic in the catalog area, these column views and where data foundation is already generated, these column views are used to create a business layer. These column views are used to create a business layer. The build phase of business layer, the build stage of business layer is a universe. Publish business layer to create a universe. A business layer is nothing but a universe. It is nothing but the build stage of universe. To create a universe, we are creating a business layer. So once we publish, units is created. Units has an extension .unix. So once the units is created, so this is the old type of universe. These are the new type of universes. Once the universe is created, then directly we can connect to Web Intelligence. So how do we access Web Intelligence? Using BA Launchpad. So let us work on this exercise. And how to create a universe using IDT, Information Design Tool. Again, I will just try to recap. So in data reporting tools, we have different reporting tools like Crystal Reports Enterprise for pixel formatted reports, connects via OLAP, communication is MDX. Design Studio is used for dashboards. Connection is ODBC. Communication is SQL. Web Intelligence requires a universe. To create a universe, we require IDT. In IDT, we create a relational connection. A relational connection of type JDBC, ODBC. Data foundation is already available. Nothing but the column views in SysBIC. Access the column views, create a business layer, and publish the business layer to create a universe with the extension .unx. Once the universe is ready, it can be consumed in the BOBI reporting tools. So this is the part of the web intelligence. Explorer. Explorer for freestyle reporting. Just like Google, it does. You can do search on text. You can basically in Google we search for keywords. Just like this, you can do a search on keywords for doing analysis. Crystal reports for pixel formatted reporting. Crystal reports enterprise and Crystal reports both are same. The Crystal reports have access to wide range of data sources. Excel, HANA MDX provider, communicates via MDX. Analysis for OLAP. OLAP connection, MDX language. Non-SAP uses an ODBC connection. Communication is SQL. So first we're going to focus on web intelligence. So HANA Studio for HANA, IDT for creating universe, and BA Launchpad for launching the web intelligence. So this is the UI, end user. So the UI here is a web BA Launchpad. So first we click on Start, All Program, click on Business Intelligence, and click on Business Objects BA Platform for Client Tools. Business Objects BA Platform, and click on Information Design Tool. Once we launch Information Design Tool, for the first time we would see, click on the welcome page. For the first time you can see this page which says welcome to Information Design Tool. This is the first thing that we see. Close this screen. Double click on the system. Provide the username and password. First thing we need to add system. I think I'll just show you how to add system. So if you do not have a system already added here, click on Insert, click on Insert Session, provide the system GNS, provide the username, the username is best, password is welcome 123. We need to also give the port number 6400 and click OK. Once you click OK, expand system. Here we see connections. So now we are in the repository resources. So basically we have two areas. One is the repository resources and the other one is the local projects. So what is the difference between repository resources and local project? A local project is nothing but whatever the work we do here, it is stored in the local file system. Local. Whatever the work we perform over here, it is directly stored in the server. For example, I can right click on this project, new, create a connection. I can create connections over here. I can even create connections over here. Insert a relational connection. Select the project, right click. Here also we can create a relational connection. So why two places for creating a relational connection? This is directly we are creating on the server, and here we are creating on the local file system. It means that once you create, we need to publish. We need to publish to available in the server. So step number one is to click on file, click new, and click on the relational connection. So we need to use a relational or OLAP connection. Please check this. For WebI, we require a universe. For a universe, we require a relational connection. A relational connection can be to JDBC and ODBC. So I'll go back. Right click on the project. So first we need to create a project. So this is the existing project. We'll create a new project. Click file, click new, and click on the project. So first I'm going to create a project. Project is nothing but just like a package in SAP HANA. Click on the project, give the project name, so whatever the work we do on this project is stored in this file system. See users, HANA user 1, business objects, BA modeler, workspace. So this is the location of the project, that where it is stored. Click finish. So right click on the project, click new, and click on the relational connection. Once I click on the relational connection, it's going to ask for the technical name. What is the name of the connection? HANA relational connection, COPA 99. Provide the description. Technical name, description, click next. So here you have these different databases that BOBA platform can connect, like Cloudera, Hadoop, connect to Hadoop, Apache Hadoop directly, connect to IBM, Microsoft, Salesforce.com, Teradata, Sybase. So here ours is SAP. Expand SAP. Inside SAP again, we want to connect to HANA database. Expand HANA database. Which drivers you want to use? JDBC or an ODBC? I would like to use a JDBC connection. Preferred for Microsoft, preferred for web-based application. Click on next. Unix platforms and Windows platforms. Username, best, password. This is the username of HANA. So both are the same. BOBI and HANA are same. That's why we are not able to differentiate. But the username and password that we need to provide is for HANA user, not the BOBI user. This is where we want to connect to SAP HANA. You want to connect to the host. What is the host name? SAP HANA. Instance number 00. And click test connection. So once it is able to communicate to SAP HANA, click close and click finish. So the relational connections have an extension .cnx. CNX is the extension for the relational connections. So step number 1, creating a connection is complete. Step number 2, create a data foundation. The data foundation is already created in HANA. The output of the data foundation is nothing but the column view stored in sys_bic schema. Right click on the project, click new and click on the data foundation. To create a data foundation, we have two ways. One is we can directly connect to HANA using HANA business layer. We can directly connect to HANA using a HANA business layer. Or we can connect creating a data foundation, creating business layer. Okay, what I'm trying to say here is you can create data foundation first and create a business layer next. But we don't have to create a data foundation because it's already created. Then we don't have to do this step. So directly we go and create a business layer. because this is already done. Next step is business layer. Business layer is build stage of universe. So instead of doing this and this, creating a data foundation, we see in the step 2. In step 2, we need to create a data foundation and then business layer. So we don't have to do both of them. So directly in HANA you have HANA business layer. You can combine both these steps together and create a HANA business layer. I click. So when you do this and this, it is for non-SAP. But for this is a business layer for HANA. Click on SAP HANA business layer. Give the name HANA_BL. Provide the description. So it's a business layer we're creating. We're creating a data foundation and we're creating business layer at once. And click next. Once you click next, now how do you want to access the data foundation? To access the data foundation, we require a connection. To access the column view in HANA, we require a connection. So this connection, I'm selecting this connection. Using this connection, I'll click next. I'm going to connect to HANA. So here it is going to show all the package in the BOBA platform. Now, which view you would like to connect? Which is the view you would like to connect? So this is where we can connect to SAP HANA from BOBA platform. So let us select any of the view here. Need to check. Let us select any of the view. EN COPA actual data. Even the calculation views are shown in the same symbol. So whether it is an analytic view or a calculation view, everything is shown in the same symbol. So select the view and click finish. Now it is generating a business layer on top of HANA views. It is generating a business layer on top of HANA view. So now here you see all the objects that are available in HANA. It created business objects. All these are different business objects the system has created. So after we access, we created all these objects in the system. And this is the column view. And this is the column view. So now it created a data foundation with the extension .dfx. A connection is created with the extension .cnx. HANA business layer is created with an extension .blx. So connection, data foundation, business layer. connection, data foundation, business layer. Connection, extension, dot cnx. Data foundation, dfx. Business layer, blx. So x is common for business layer bl, for data foundation df, connection cn. cn, df, bl. X is common. So once this is created, once all these are created, next step is publish the business layer. Once you publish, it creates a universe. Let's go back. Right click on the data foundation and click publish. So right click on the business layer, not data foundation. Right click on the business layer, click publish. Once we click publish to the repository, publish to repository. So here we have an error. It says a non-secured connection was found in the business layer. We cannot use a non-secured connection is nothing but a connection which is not published. So we need to create a secured connections, means a connection which is already published. So this is a non-secured because this is a local connection, .cnx. We require a secured connection with .cns. For CNS is a secured connection, CNX is a local connection. So first we need to publish connection. Right click on the connection, click publish connection to repository. Click on publish connection to repository, click next and click finish. Once you finish, the connection was published successfully. Do you want to create a connection shortcut in the same local folder to reference this new secured connection? Click yes. So once we click yes, now here we see two connections. One is with the extension .cnx and the other one with .cns. So a business layer can be published only based on secured connections but not on local connection. Double click on the data foundation. Double click on the data foundation. So here you see the column views, table owner sysbic, and this is the column view, and these are the columns inside the column view. All these are columns inside the column view. Click on the connections, click on the connection, click on change connection, click on change connection. There's a button change connection. So here it is pointing to local. Here it is pointing to local connection. I need to change this to secured. Then only I'll be able to publish. From local I'm changing to secured. And click finish. So why the error occurred? Because it's a local connection. We need to change from local to secured. And once we change, we can use it. So let us save. Let us save the change. Now again, let us right click on the business layer and click publish to repository. Once I publish to repository, click next, and click finish. Once we finish, the final stage, when we publish BLX, which is the business layer, universe is created. The universe was published successfully in the final stage. So connection is secured with the extension .cns. We need to use the connection in the data foundation. Data foundation is used inside the business layer. Once we publish the business layer, universe is created. So click close. Now, the final stage is, where do you find universe? We don't find universe over here. We only can see until the business layer. Once the business layer is published, it automatically creates a universe based on the name of the business layer. Whatever the name of the business layer, with the same name, a universe is created. Expand the universe. So you see here you have universe folder. Just refresh folder. Once we refresh folder, here you can see HANA _ BL _ COPA. With the same name, we can find a universe over here. HANA _ BL _ COPA. The same name. This is the business layer and this is the universe. The universe having the extension .unx and the business layer having the extension .blx. The finally UNX universe is created. UNX universe is created. So once this universe is created in the IDT, this is the old universe and this is the new universe. Now this one I'm going to access in the Web Intelligence using the BA Launchpad. So now I'm going to launch this BA Launchpad to create a Web Intelligence report. Let us go to Start, All Program. I think we have the shortcut directly on the desktop. We have the shortcut on the desktop. So here we have this business objects, BA platform, BA Launchpad. Double click on SAP Business Object, BA Platform, BA Launchpad. So this is the end user interface. So we need to give the username and password and click log on. Once we click log on, this is the UI. Click on the application and launch business intelligence, and launch Web Intelligence. Click on Web Intelligence. Java version is out of date. This time clicking to update the Java version. I'll just continue with later. So it is launching the application. SAP Business Objects Web Intelligence. Now once the application is launched, click Create. Click on Create. Select Universe. Select Universe. Click OK. Now we're accessing the universe in the Web Intelligence. Once we access the universe in the Web Intelligence, we need to select the universe name, HANA underscore BL underscore COPA dot UNX, and click select. Select and select. So here you see query panel. So in this query panel, we can access the required objects. So you can select, double click on view KRS, VKWG, VV, VV010, VV070, net revenue, and click. If you want, you can create filters, drag and drop view KRS in list. You can select list from values from list. Which company codes you require. You can select, click OK. Here you can see sample data preview. Sample data preview. Click refresh. So this is the data preview. So in this fashion you can create filters. If you want to remove objects, you can remove. You can add additional objects like materials based on time, based on year. Same fashion you can see. You can remove, you can add, you can filters, you can create multiple filters. BUKRS and VKRG or BUKRS or VKRG. You can create a prompt. You can give constant values. If you want to remove filters, you can remove filters. Are you sure you want to delete filters? So basically all these filters that you're doing here is the client-side filters. In HANA also we used to do filters, design time filters and variables, input parameter, variables slash input parameter or design time filters. So these filters on the front end, client side. And click run query. Once you click run query, the objects are available in the runtime. All these objects are available in the runtime of the query. So here, if you want to add additional objects, you can add. You can change the report name. You can give the report name COPA actual data. You can change the name if you want, or if you want to edit. You want to edit, you can edit. So based on different years, it is showing you. So if you want, so based on year you can manage. Based on year you can filter. You can, if you want to remove year, you can remove year. Remove column. Here it is only showing you based on company codes and gross revenue. If you want to add new columns, click on this icon, edit data provider. Edit data provider. You can add new columns like material, based on even material you would like to see. Click on run query. Click on run query and select the materials, drag and drop, based on materials and gross revenues. You can save the query, click save as, You can save this as web intelligence document. You can save this as web intelligence document. Click save. Save the document and the BI. If you want to remove any columns, you can remove these columns. You can remove the column. You want to convert, you want to turn into a pie chart. you can basically turn into crosstab. So you can do various formatting options. You want to copy this, copy, turn this into a horizontal table, turn this into column charts. So you can, if you want to again turn, you can drag and drop based on materials. Basically seeing based on materials or based on sales organizations. So the Web Intelligence report is mainly for ad hoc reporting. Users can ask question after question. Now as a developer, the integration between the HANA system and the Web Intelligence, we need to create a universe which is relational, and this universe communicates via, so the communication that is happening from Web Intelligence, the report that we're generating till HANA is the SQL. So SQL language, structured query language, the communication, click on edit, click on edit, click on this icon, view script. So use query script generated by your query. This is nothing but the SQL. The SQL is select these columns from this BIC column view where BUKRS group by, select from where and group by. So this is the statement that is sent to HANA. The business logic is executed at the column views inside the HANA database. Only results are transferred. The results are only transferred. Always the best practice is to design everything in the column view. So that is about Web Intelligence. Any questions? Please ask me. So related few questions over here. So what's the purpose of having different local and repository? Okay, once you think that everything is correct, means once you design in local, it means that we are not sure of what we're actually doing. We're doing testing. So once you test, once you confirm everything is correct, once you perform unit test, then we publish to repository. So publishing to the repository is the final step. But before that, we actually test multiple times in local. So local is to test on the local file system, and finally you can publish to the repository. That is the use of having local and repository. Next question. Will web intelligence can report data in real time? Yes. So whenever there are changes in the source system, immediately you can see data in real time in web intelligence. Can you briefly show how OLAP connection is set up with HANA? So we'll see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll see. Just briefly right click on the connection, OLAP connection. Right click and create an OLAP connection. Can you please explain the difference between MDX and SQL? MDX is a multi-dimensional query language. So it's a different language altogether. And SQL is a structured query language. Multi-dimensional, structured. What is the difference is, multi-dimensional is used for OLAP systems. Structured query language is used for relational systems. MDX is for systems that have OLAP engine. And SQL is for the systems which have relational RDBMS. MDX is optimized for OLAP, SQL is optimized for relational databases. So next is there any limit of rows that we can display in the HANA Studio? No, there is no limit as such. In the front end, there is no limit. So basically, here we have a question. When working on a virtual provider, encountered an issue, and how we can solve this issue. Okay, so when we actually worked on a virtual provider, if you remember, at the last we got an error saying that we're not able to display data. So for that, what you can do is, you can add the schema. Please see, you can go to the I'll just show you. Okay. So here, if you go to the BW system, inside the BW system, if you log into the using the username and password, so here you have systems status. The schema is, you see here, the owner is SAP ABAP 1. So when you see the owner ABAP 1, so you can go to the HANA Studio. Go to the systems. In the security, you have to go to the security, to the users, to the best schema. Best schema needs to have a select privilege. You need to have the select privilege on the ABAP 1 schema. We discussed in the object privileges. In the select object privilege, you go to the ABAP 1 schema, ABAP schema, ABAP SAP ABAP 1 schema, SAP ABAP 1 schema. So here we should be able to find the schema. It's showing a lot of tables. So we need to have access like this. You need to add this schema into the user. So once you add the schema, you need to have a select privilege. Yes, you need to have a select privilege. You need to have a select privilege. So you need to have the select privilege. Once you have the select privilege, then you don't get this error in the virtual provider. So just we need to have the schema access to the user. Not only here, for any application user, you want to access data from a table, from a schema. First, you need to have a select privilege on the schema. Unless and until you have a select privilege, this is the select privilege, we cannot see data. Now you can directly give the column view. You can directly give the column view, we can see data. Okay, then for remaining topics, you can see on Monday session. Remaining pending topics for currency conversion output and lifecycle management. We continue to see on Monday and with the other reporting tools. Thank you everyone. Have a nice weekend. Good morning and good night to everyone. Thank you.